So what we're doing today is character creation. I need half a dozen NPCs. No, I need half a dozen PCs. For Sunday. So we are starting with a special request. Because Fishy wants to play a bastard. I say bastard, obviously I mean corporate. Now, that's NPCs. I'm still finding my way around. This is the pay-for version of the rule set. Oh, that's cool, Looper. I'm happy to take suggestions, because otherwise everyone will come out like a variation on one of my characters. And that's not a good thing. So, yeah, I'm finding my way around the rule set. This is the pay-for version. Hence, it looks just like the rulebook itself. Which I'm quite happy about. So, space is hell. I can't lie to you about your chances, but you have my sympathies. Basically, space is horrible, it will kill you, you will die. So, careers of the frontier. We are going for company rep. So, that's his career. Space horror, you don't know anyone who likes that. You want the Sheriff Investigator playbook when you get done with the first two, okay? Corporations have more power than governments. They own worlds, set up shop and bring in colonists, creating homes and jobs. From CEOs to field agents, each company sends out its own representatives to oversee their business ventures. Companies like Weyland-Yutani have been known to employ their own commando, security teams, doctors and scientists. That never goes wrong, historically. Also, there's big business in knowing your competitors' next moves, so many corporations have their own counterintelligence personnel embedded in rival companies and governments. Being a company rep is all about the art of the deal and making sure the little people around you do their job so you can make your next promotion. Yeah, this is going to be fun. And I can't see a thing because my glasses are filthy. Oh boy, this is going so well today. Thank you, life. Yep, I can see. So. I will be, on Sunday, the game mother. I love that. I think that's brilliant. And we will be playing a cinematic game. Emulates the dramatic arc of an alien film, designed to be played in a single session. Sorry. This game mode emphasises high stakes, fast and brutal play. Conflict between player characters is likely and you're not all expected to survive. In fact, most of your PCs won't live to see the end of the scenario. This is going to be like a game of Among Us. You know, basically you'll have loads of ghosts kibitzing from the side. Hi, Akiri. I don't giggle, and you have no proof otherwise. One-complete cinematic scenario is available for separate purchase, and there's also one in the rulebook, and so naturally I'm writing my own. So, key themes, it's horrible. That's the game system. We don't need to muck around with what is a role-playing game, because if you're playing, the odds are good you know. Single session may contain players for singles, but the play won't be completed in a single session. Worst case, I'll blow them up, Mechie. That is actually an option on the books. Station Go Boom is one of my potential endings. How Station Go Boom? Nah, that's an interesting question. And whether you're on it at the time, again, I have form for literally blowing the ground out from underneath people. I've triggered earthquakes, sunk islands. That's always an option. Some RPGs don't outright say so. Yes, this is true. Okay. So, the character. I love the sound of breaking glass. Let's make that window a little bigger. Just a little bit. Fortunately, this is the Year Zero system, which we've played Coriolis, we've played Mutant Year Zero. Everybody who's playing should be at least borderline familiar with. So, your PC is your most important asset. Right. The player characters are already provided for you in cinematic play. Are they ducks? Right. Okay, so for creating characters, right, so we are going to be in probably a space truckers setting, is the closest. How to create your player characters. Thank you very much. Choose your career, spend points, choose your talent, choose your name. Oops. Now's not the time to crash. Dude, seriously. So we know that Crispin is going to be a company rep, or in this case a company agent. And he thinks they changed the wording between pages. You were taking invited food and thought you heard space truffles. I can tell you that the game will focus on a way station set in an ice asteroid ring around a gas giant. And if anyone wants to know what it looks like, go hunting for low temperature diamonds in Elite Dangerous. You will be on board the ice station Pegasus, a Wayland-Yutani station refueling point, and I suppose rest stop for the miners who are chopping up and loading ice asteroids for freshwater supplies. Is that like tribbles but not so hairy? If you want to go with triple truffles, then that's entirely down to you. But they might be troublesome triple truffles. Please don't make me say that again. So, we are going for the company agent. Next. Right, so we have 4 attributes. This first one's going to take a little bit longer, and then we can just buzz through the rest. So we have strength, agility, wits, and empathy, which are pretty logical. Year Zero system, you roll 1 die per point of stat or skill. Right. And Fishy is not having Crispin be an android. Sounds like a tasty tradable treat to the troublesome triple truffle. I cold read that. I'm impressed. When you create your player character, you may distribute a total of 14 points between the attributes, no less than 2 and no more than 4. However, you may assign 5 points to the attribute listed as the key attribute for your career. So, we'll come back to skills in a mo. Not playing an android, go away. Cameras, consumables. Seriously? That's spending XPs, that's skills. Right. Please to be telling Kadrot what my careers of the frontier. Okay. It doesn't actually say what my core stat is, but hey. Chapter 5. That's damage. Combat and panic. I love that. Okay. Right, fine. Name, gear, whatevs. So Roughneck's key attribute is strength. We give them strength 5, agility 3, wits 2, and empathy 4. So, company agent, I am going on a limb that their wits is their primary attribute. Oh, I'm good. And hello, Afoot, by the way. Okay, Magpie, thank you for being here at the start, and I hope to see you later. And thank you for the follow, Cyanide Tree, or Cyanide Tree even, which could go either way. Right. Miss something vital. See, I had thought they were links. Oh, they might be links actually. Oopsie. Yes, company agent. That's just me being a dipstick. Okay. Glad to know. Always like to try and get people's name right. Okay. It's all about the bottom line. Key attribute is wits. Are we going to give Fishy's character 5 wits? Because we will have to slight something else. Like empathy, for example. His key attributes are wits. His key skills are Comtech, observation and manipulation. His career talents are cunning, personal safety or take control. So you reckon 5 wits. So that leaves us 9 points. We can put 3 points in everything. Or as a company person, empathy can get in the way of decisions. That's a thought. Let's just have a quick look and check what skills are actually based on. Let's actually look in the right chapter, because, you know, I'm good like that. Because the skills are hooked to a stat. That's panic. Okay. Don't roll too often. I'm sorry if you met me. Right. That's talents. I managed to go straight past the skills. I mean, it's not impossible. I'm just slightly baffled here that the skill list does not appear in the skills chapter. It's possible I may be losing the plot, so when in doubt, go to the PDF. More wits, less empathy. Yeah, that works. So let's go with a view of... Single page view, please. Right, now I've got Rhyme and the Ancient Mariner stuck in my head. Fantastic. The 12 skills. Haha! Right, okay. So the skills are heavy machinery, stamina, close combat, mobility, ranged combat, piloting, observation, comtech, survival, command, manipulation, and medical aid. Right. I think I probably just managed to miss it in the list, but that's just me. So, I think, again, we've run into here, whoever put the front end together on Fantasy Grounds, I don't think was the same person who did the book. Because we've got manipulation listed in the rulebook, but we know that the corporate agent, company agent, has cunning listed, which is worth knowing. It's just another... It's a minor thing, but it's one of those you could be flicking back and forth for ages trying to work out what the deal was. So. Okay. So yeah, company agent. Yeah. Oh no, no, it's a talent. My apologies. I am maligning them unnecessarily. So his wits are there. So manipulation is done on empathy. We might have to go for a 3 empathy, I think. Possibly even a 4 empathy. Doesn't mean he has to be able to... Doesn't mean he's going to be a nice person. He just has to understand how people work. So, let's go with that. Well, actually, let's go with... Yeah. I don't want to completely shaft him physically, but at the moment he's worse. Hello, Moliere. We're running through the longest taking character, which is going to be the first one, as I get the hang of where the rule set hides everything. So, that's 9, 10, 11, 13, 14. So he can have a 4 agility. Bless his little heart. 8. No, he can't. He can have a 3 agility. I can count. I'm good like that. So he's got 2 strength. He is officially a wuss. He's got 3 agility. Just about average. 5 wits. He's a bit of a brain box. And 4 empathy. He knows how people work, but I think largely so he can psychologically dissect them. Right. Let's leave that window open and stick it down there. So, we've got the 12 skills, which I keep wanting to call the 12 skills of Christmas. Yeah, weirdly the skill rolls are not actually listed. Okay, fine. PDF it is then. So, he has got... £10 points. You may assign up to 3 points to each of the skills listed for your career. does the psychological dissecting, but the dissecting that happens to him likely won't be psychological. Are you implying I might horribly murder the company agent just because I've seen aliens? Oops, spoilers. So, you can always roll even if you don't have a skill. Okie dokie. So, skills go from 0 to 5. You can assign up to 3 points in each of the skills listed for your career. So, Comtech, Observation and Manipulation are his key skills. Right then. So, 10 points, 3 skills, 4-3-3, possibly. Very idea. You're shocked and appalled. Hello, shocked and appalled. Glad to meet you. So, Comtech is pretty much as it sounds. Communications technology, if I recall correctly, or rather computer technology. Programming androids, mainframes and other types of advanced technology requires specialist knowledge. Roll for Comtech for any challenging attempt to program, repair, decrypt or otherwise manipulate any type of computer or communications technology. Oh, this is largely me being a dipstick, but it's just figuring out where some stuff is. That's all. Now I know where it is, and at least one of the things it's easier to get at in the PDF. I'll just do that. I won't really need it for the game. Okay. So that's Comtech, that's one of his skills. Observation. I think we can safely say we know what observation is, and manipulation is of people. Alien life forms may gut you without remorse, but the most truly dangerous beings in the alien universe are corporate agents and other schemers who use lies, threats, or subtle persuasion to get what they want. Oopsie. I have had a look at this before, but I hadn't tried to create a character with it. For running it, I suspect I'll be absolutely fine. He did a good job. We've wanted to give him low empathy, but unfortunately he's ended up with quite good empathy because he needs to be able to lie to people. Which is a shame. To make another person see things your way, make an opposed roll for manipulation. It takes a liar to spot a liar. Cool. What is this Your chances of using manipulation on someone successfully are affected by your negotiating position. Each of the following factors gives you +1. You have more people on your side. What you ask for doesn't cost your opponent anything. Your opponent has suffered damage. You've helped your opponent previously. You present your case very well. And negative modifiers. Your opponent has more people. You ask for something valuable or dangerous. Your opponent has nothing to gain. You're having trouble understanding each other, or you're talking via radio or shouting at a distance. So that's nice, actually. I like that. That appeals to me. I feel he ought to be quite good at manipulation. So, what do we reckon? 3 manipulation, 4 observation, and 3 Comtech? Or boost his manipulation higher? What do we reckon? Observation or manipulation? Shouting into distance. It's coming for you, run! You're not my real dad, you can't tell me what to do. I like that. Okay, so we can have up to 3 points, I believe. Okay, 4 points. Oh no, 3 points in any of your company skills. Right, okay, gotcha. I'm dead good, me. Okay, so you can have 3 manipulation. Let's give him 2 observation. Let's give him a chance at spotting something. Right, that leaves us 5 points to spread between everything else. Do we want him to have command skills, for example? Do we want him to be able to program a computer? Do we want him to be able to fight in any way, shape or form? Let's start with fighty, yes or no? You feel like he shouldn't be a fighter. Okay, so no close combat. Do I give him ranged combat? Depends on what the company thinks they've sent him for. The company have sent him on a fact-finding mission. Sounds more like computer use. Okay. So let's give him 2 Comtech. So that's 7 points. I feel he kind of deserves a point of command. He might not be very good at it, but he probably thinks he is. I think first aid, if only on himself. That's okay, you lurk away, dear. And what does mobility do for you? Mobility. When the heat's on and you're trying to dodge the jaws of death, you need to keep a cool head and move silently and quickly. Roll for mobility when you want to get out of a hazardous situation. Sounds like he'll need first aid. Are you anticipating him having to deal with a lot of black eyes? I feel you are. I just have this feeling. So that is 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1 more point. Let's up his observation. Let's give him the full 3 points of observation. Okay, so that's done. Next. Talents. You get 1 talent at the start of the game. Your career offers you 3 to choose from. You're going to tell me what they are? That would be a nice gesture on your part. Okay. Cunning. If the company's taught you anything, it's to always be on the lookout for anything that can give you an edge. You can push any skill roll based on wits twice, not just once like other characters. Moody isn't there, so more likely he'll lose an eye than get a black eye. Personal safety. The interests of the company always come first, no matter what, and you represent the company. That means your own safety is paramount. Other crew members are expendable. If you're attacked or otherwise end up in fatal danger, and if another PC or friendly NPC is in short range, you can make a manipulation roll. Not opposed. If you succeed, you can see the threat coming and find a clever way to make the other character suffer the attack or hazard instead of you. Oh. Indeedy. That's currently looking like a solid choice. Let's have a look at take control. You want to know, you know how to make people do what you want, and you don't feel bad about doing it, so you can roll for manipulation using wits instead of empathy. Oh, I could drop his empathy if I took take control. So, what do you reckon? We have a choice. I can make his empathy crap. Or crapper. If he's got to take control. So, we're going with that. That sounds like a plan to me. What else does empathy affect? Oh, nothing much. It's fine. Empathy affects. That's wits. Manipulation, medical aid, and command. So actually, yeah. I've given him the skills. I probably ought to give him the stat to back it up. And I just do like... I do like personal safety. I think that might be one to go for. You're eating your pie now and regretting your decision. You made way too much. Oh, this guy is going to definitely grab someone at random and use them as a human shield at some stage. Well, he wanted to play a git. Okay. So... Personal agenda. You're greedy for power. The company's holding back information from you, or you're a nice guy, but the company's blackmailing you to do its dirty work. Get even. It's only 2, but you're alone, so you've eaten a slice of pie every day for the past 4 days. I fail to see how this is a problem. You wouldn't know anything about playing a git. Yeah. I think Fishy's quite looking forward to it. He tends to play nice guys. Embodiment if you don't have to outrun the tiger. Yeah, exactly. Right. So... Agenda. Personal agenda. Fishy is going to be amazing. Playing Crispin. Crispin's not a name that gets enough of a run out these days. So, shall we give him "You're greedy for power and never miss an opportunity to get ahead"? He's obsessed with power. And now I'm seeing, actually, this character as Tom Hiddleston in that Jaguar advert, sitting in the helicopter with a cup of tea. Sub-helicopter, dropship, or shuttle. We could be onto something there. See my apologies, my dreadful typing. Thank you very much for the gift sub, Molia. You can't see the stream yet. Why is he being discussed? Does somebody want to clue him in on why he's being discussed, chat? Possibly with reference to personal safety. Right. That seem fair to people? Yeah, we're all on the same page. Basically, everyone's waiting for the human shield. So, signature items. Choose one of the following. I'm going to give people a chance to change their signature items and goals and agendas if they want. Letter of corporate authorization, divorce papers, or Employee of the Year award. Decided to like them. I think I'd like them on the wall best. Okay. You like the implication of divorce papers that they did marry someone at some point. You wonder what their motivations were. I don't know. I mean, for, high levels of manipulation, that's enough to win a marriage and not enough to get you clear of the divorce. Probably about 3 weeks later. Divorce papers so he can prove those debts are legally nothing to do with him. Yes! Personal safety. Okay. So, signature item. It's on brand, isn't it? And now you're home, you want to comment on the black eyes comment with, well, you want to play, he will definitely end up with black eyes. Fair enough, Shard. Well, I'm happy to have you guys fight amongst yourselves for the duration of an hour and a half or a couple of hours movie, and then blow you all up with an exploding xenomorph or something. Appearance. Choose from the options below or decide. So, what does he look like? Icy glare, disarming smile, expensive Rolex, unique signet ring, tanned, elaborate hairstyle, emotionless stare, or monogrammed tie. You want to meet their assumedly vengeful ex-spouse. No, you're absolutely fine with the English signage. You're doing fine. So, what do we reckon? Pale, skinny, tall, with a disarming smile? Or monogram tie? Xenomorph ex-spouse. Not wifing the xenomorph. No. Monogram tie. Okay. This is bloody quick, Tom Hiddleston. Right. Choose 2 of the starting items below. You also get... Oh, didn't tell me I had to actually roll dice. God. So, he starts with 2 of the following. A leather briefcase or chrome briefcase. A gold-plated pen or Rolex. A data transmitter card with corporate clearance levels. Or a pistol. D6 doses of never sleep or D6 doses of nap relief, which I think is a painkiller. It is cinematic if there was no character conflict. We'd be organised and actually have a chance of survival. Yes. So, do we think he's got a briefcase? Yay or nay? So yes on the briefcase. I think it's going to have to be chrome. Your work over face masks with the logo all over them. You'll wear that thing only if you have no other option. Oh, when I take a bio break, I have to show you my new mask. I picked up a couple, which I think chat might appreciate. So, right, yeah. Chrome briefcase. Do we think he's got a pen or a watch? A data card? Or pistol? Or a D6 doses of never sleep or nap relief? Because he only gets 2 things. You reckon he's got a Rolex? Okay, no drugs. And he gets 2d6 times 100 in cash. I love how trusting he is. That's early. No, I suppose it is 9. Okay. Oh, lordy dicks. Okay. He's got $1,000 in cash. We've got 1,000 somethings in cash. Let's call it Wellington bills. You forgot the clocks hadn't changed. Oopsie. Turn to your corner and weep over the decisions made. $1,000 Wellington quibbles. Okay, so that is Crispin basically finished. Or done and dusted, depending on how you want to put it. Well, not finished. So, he's got a personal agenda. Right. We can choose who his buddy and his rival are. Everyone should have a character. Loading up Fantasy Grounds to look at my character. Because he doesn't trust me to create a decent character. Well, to be fair, he's met me. So, who do we think Crispin's buddy should be? The divorced at least once, manipulative bastich of a young executive on the make. Somebody disposable. This is the first character. We can theoretically leave it and just assign them at the end and have the buddies and rivals be other characters. His PA is his buddy. Oh yeah, disposable then. I'll let you come up with a name for her. Or him. Or them. Fair enough. Are you implying his ex-wife is not his PA? His best friend's a cousin of his who has an absolute opposite kind of job. Oh, maybe. Okay, we'll come back to that. No, his ex is not the xenomorph. I think we've just found out he actually married his secretary. Okay. Hey, Chrono. We're committing awful, awful crimes against poor old fish. Oh, and hello, Gold. Welcome. Sorry, oddly enough, Gold was appearing in gold and therefore barely legible against the light theme on Chatty. I don't know if Chatty has a dark theme. It would be nice if it did. And the answer is... maybe. Oh, the answer is actually I can dim it down a bit. Yeah, let's do that. Oh, that's better. I can see. I believe I can see. You may have mentioned that you're coming to see what character I was making you. Yeah, that's fair, Gold. I'm just checking to see if there is a fish has joined the chat and is crying quietly in a corner. The answer is not yet. I have a feeling that my word combo, of course, involves the Xeno monk. So, that's worth knowing. That's better. Right. When Gold held the fishy folk, you immediately wondered if you were deep ones. Fair enough. I was wondering if that was who it was, but I didn't want to specifically say, ask. You created the worst man in the world. Oh dear. Bless his little cottons. Right. So we'll leave him alone and head back to characters. And let's do the kid next. Yeah, everyone seems to have decided that apparently having no say whatsoever in the characters is absolutely de rigueur. So, careers. Kid. You didn't ask for a frontier life. Your parents brought you into this world kicking and screaming. Grown-ups always ask what you want to be when you grow up, but all you want to do is be a kid. You used to fantasize about being an adult, able to stay up late and eat junk food whenever you wanted. Thing is, most of the frontier adults you know are all miserable and tired. Or adults, then. There isn't much to do where you live, so you make your own fun. For now, playing hide-and-seek in the vent system seems the way to go. Okay. So. Who wants to give me a name you would like to pre-adopt this child? Who wants to give me a name for the kid? Which I think Moliere was after. Make your own fun equals try to make friends with the xenomorph. Okay. So, Eric, or if the player decides to go female if they want, Erica therefore works. Oh, Fancy Bar's not connecting. Okay. I promise it's on and it's working. Erica Tenenbaum. Ouch. Waiting. He, the half a bee. I don't know why suddenly that leapt into my head. You're open to any character. You keep naming characters Molly Retsu. Tell you what, I will go with Erica Tenenbaum until or unless somebody comes up with something else. Career. Curd. Yes, I'll have to sort out the connection, because I don't get why that's not connecting. That seems weird to me. Right, I tell you what, let's bounce this briefly to the launcher. So yes, Fish, ugly ninja Xenomonk. In progress. Just checking the test. Oh. It's going to be one of those days. Yeah, I'll have to get that sorted before Sunday. Fan-freaking-tastic. That's not something I thought was going to be a problem, but apparently is. Yeah, good, I know about it now, yeah. 1802, right, okay, fine. So let's go back in. I can get the characters created this evening. Probably do myself a new alias as well. Right. So, library. Okay. Right. So, let's pull that to the front. We know that we have 14 points to spend. So, key attribute is agility. So this person can have up to 5 points in agility. Fish, I've just tried the connection, to run the connection, and it's failed. So it must be at my end. I'm going to have to reopen the port forwarding. It's probably that Windows has decided to close on my freaking ports again. but best I find out 2 days before the game rather than on the day. For me. Right, so let's give the kid the maximum 5 agility. And then we can put up to... leave it, yeah, it's 2 points in any of the others. Yep. Pretty close, Fish. Pretty close indeed. Very Mutant Year Zero. Don't make me sign another paper, run screaming with agility 5. Okay, so we can only have 2. 6. That's not enough points. Right, so I'm thinking 2 strength for a kid, which is 7, so we've got 7 points left. So we can have a halfway decent wits or empathy. We can have up to 4 points. So a 3 and a 4, so which do we reckon higher, wits or empathy? Higher wits, okay. So we've got a smart kid and we've got... oh, hello. And we've got a smart... unless the kid is built. That's a thought. So. Talents are... so key skills even. Mobility, survival and observation. And we have 10 points. And we can have 3 in each of mobility, survival and observation if we wish. A witty kid, that seems unlikely. Fish, the only reason that you've got manipulation, you've got a decent empathy on your character is because manipulation comes off it. Mobility should be the highest. Okay, so 3 mobility, come on, teeth. Survival and observation. Now we only have 10 points. And after those 3 skills I can put a point into other things. So, yes, I mean this isn't Oscar Wilde as a child, Fish. Oscar Wilde child, real wild child. 2 each in the other 2, okay. Leaving us with 3 points to spend in close combat, heavy machinery, stamina, ranged combat, piloting, comtech, command, manipulation and medical aid. Fish, by the way, if I did say earlier, if anyone wishes to drop into Discord to kibitz/contribute, you're welcome to so do. Piloting seems unlikely for a kid. What, because this isn't one being created by Robinson? Just kid. Well, I'm sorry. To be fair, I hadn't realised you couldn't see your character. Yeah, I don't know. I can, however, because it's such a simple character sheet. You've got 2 strength, which is the minimum. Yeah. You've got, yeah, yeah, yes, yeah. You've got 3 manipulation as a skill, which is manipulating other people. 3 observation. 1 in command. And 1 in medical aid. There seems to be a consensus you're going to be suffering from black eyes a lot. Not sure why. Piloting, yeah, would cover driving, yeah. I believe. And you have personal safety, which I think you'll appreciate. Because it's basically the talent for, if you see trouble, danger coming, you can convince somebody who's close to you to engineer a situation where they get the consequences instead of you. It's the human shield. We thought that was appropriate. Thought you might appreciate that. You can see a kid sneaking off and stealing a Rover SRV for a twok or two. Okay. So we have a twocky kid. I will check that it comes under piloting, not heavy machinery. Oh, by the way, he's also got 1,000 whatevers credits, and I should have. Oh, for God's sake. You know what this is. Windows updated.
It's changed all your sound settings, is it?
Yep. Oopsie.
Ah, now I can hear me over your channel. I couldn't hear me before.
Sorry. In my defence, am I talking to someone you can't hear or read? Yes, I'm talking.
At least I must be quite loud then, because I've got you turned right, your channel turned right down, but I came through quite clearly there. So
yeah,
you might need to turn me down.
I will turn you down a bit. I always turn you down. It's fine.
People always turn me down. Yeah, that's a standard. But in this instance, that's not what I'm talking about.
Apparently, by the way, I have an evil enough giggle it warranted being clipped.
Oh yeah, we've always known you have an evil giggle. I can do the insane laugh, you do the evil giggle. That's the division of labour.
That's actually fair. Everyone likes your voice. That's unfair. If Crispin uses Erica as a human shield, you shoot him through the eyes. Presumably she's going to be too little to make an effective human shield. She'd be kind of a precision buckler.
On the subject of my voice, of course, I did have the problem, way back when I actually had any kind of a romantic life. That the only reason I've read any of the Harry Potter books is because my then fiancée insisted on me reading it. She liked the sound of my voice.
See, you reading a book out loud just makes me go to sleep, and I mean that in a nice way.
That's kind of what it did for her as well, actually.
Fair. Right. There's something in my eye. There's something in my eye. Is that finance chip again?
Oh, that reminds me, I was looking at character creation for Slay Industries. I need to go through. I have a feeling that the pre-gen characters from the quick start are not completed.
Oh.
I haven't actually run the numbers yet. Just reading through character creation, I have a feeling they may be short skill.
Yeah.
So it may be that there are some skill selections for people to make before we move on to a second.
Right. Okay.
Anyway, character creation for Alien.
What we're supposed to be doing. Yes, we are. I am. Why you're not allowed to, I'm not sure. But hey,
yeah,
what do I know?
It's annoying because I have no access to the rulebook because I can't get in.
Yeah, sorry about that. Right. So let's close Crispin down. By the way, he has a chrome briefcase and a Rolex. I did ask if he was allowed a gun. That seems apparently no.
Very reasonable. No, why would he want a gun? That just doesn't make sense. He's a company man. He doesn't shoot people. He has other people to do that.
There is something weird, by the way, about the rulebook. in the character creation. Basically, the skills aren't listed. It's very strange, or if they are, I haven't found them yet. So I've had to just pop the PDF purely for the skills. Right, so piloting, be it dropship, starfighter, or battle frigate, you're the one to fly it. Okay. What does heavy machinery cover? No, heavy machinery is cranes, drills, that sort of thing. So I think we can go with a pilot. Petition for a series of audiobooks read by Hint members. I'd be behind that. Right. Let's give them a point of piloting. So it's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's give them Comtech, because I like the idea of them at least knowing how to turn the computer on. To be fair, Fish, audiobooks are going to be easier than podcasts.
Yeah. Well, there's one thing that gets in the way of audiobook.
Yeah.
It's a little thing called copyright.
Yes,
we first have to write a book.
Obviously, it would either have to be something one of us wrote, or it would have to be something out of copyright.
And yeah, my novel it's about at chapter 5 and has been for 20 years.
Yeah,
so I don't see it being finished anytime soon.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, I think my is starting to map out slightly faster than yours. And I've only started a couple of months ago. Seriously. Do we want to give them close combat? Do we want to stick a point of close combat in there? Your dad mentioned last night he wanted you to read his other novel on stream because he's the copyright holder. Oh, that's funky.
Funky.
Oh,
indeed.
yes. We like that. So it's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's get point of close combat, which basically has the kick 'em in the nuts option. And do we want this kid to be the first person so far to know how to use a gun?
I'm not sure that we do we? Really?
I don't know.
Dangerous. I mean, I know I'm biased against kid characters because of the one that Haley used to play in Star Wars.
God.
Who would collect weapons. If you turned your back on her, then your blaster had been stolen by the kid.
I kept having to go to her bloody little hole that I'd allocated her on my ship. Her nest. And retrieve my rifles.
It's a shame she doesn't play anymore.
It is, yeah. No gun. Okay. Shall we up her observation then to 3? Oh no, sorry. Yes, I can do. Because I can put 3 points into observation. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. So, we have a kid who can fight a tiny bit, but can't really do much damage. So a lot of kicking, screaming, and grabbing. So, career talents. Beneath notice, dodge, and nimble. And then we have quite a good image. I like that. So, talents.
It has apparently joined the dark side. I swear he had Vader's lights.
Yeah. I think they've done quite a good job, actually, on creating a androgynous enough picture that could be a boy or a girl, or, you know, neither. So, kid. Beneath notice. No matter what horrible situations you end up in, you always seem to make it out unscathed, probably because no one ever pays much attention to you. When you roll for a critical injury on yourself, you get to re-roll the die and choose the result that you prefer. Dracula is public domain, yeah.
I think the way to do something like Dracula, given that we've got an entire server full of people saying,
Yeah.
"Oh, this would be a good idea," is to get in as many people as possible.
Yeah.
I love full cast readings, not dramatized, but just where you have a narrator, but each character is read by
Yeah.
somebody for that character. That's how the Historic Materials book are done. The author reads them, Philip Pullman reads them, but each character in the book is then voiced by an actor,
Yeah.
and that comes out really well.
I tell you what, that would also mean if you did that for Dracula, you wouldn't have one narrator having to do everything because all the letters are written by different people.
Yes, there'd be a lot of work from the different characters.
Yeah.
So you'd split it up to the people who are voicing each of those characters.
Yeah. And
And
have
the
the
only place where
interjections.
the only place where you've got some difficulty is you'd have to edit in the lines read by somebody else.
Yeah. Yes, Molia. One person can do a different voice for each character. She says to the GM.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I recommend audiobooks by Stephen Pacey, who is a British
Yes.
actor that those who are familiar with classic British sci-fi that isn't Doctor Who may be aware of Blake Seven. He came in the later series of Blake Seven, 3 and 4, as a character called
Talent.
Tarrant. And his audiobook readings are fantastic. He does things like Joe Abercrombie's First Law book, at least in this. And his readings are great, really are.
Yes. He's also, I think he's done some big finishes, and I heard an interview with him on one of their podcasts. And he said, "Why do you never use your normal voice?" And he said, "Well, so you keep using me."
Toby Longworth is the other one who I adore.
Yes.
He did a Judge Dredd audio for Big Finish called Solo, in which there are 42 different characters and he voices every single one of them.
Yes.
Even the background voices are all done by him. It's amazing.
Okay, so yeah, beneath notice. Dodge. When attacked in close combat, you can dodge. This works like blocking, but you roll mobility instead of close combat. And you can only use it to reduce damage, not counterattack or disarm. Okay. With authentic accent, we want to get Nid to do Van Helsing. Chrono, you so have to do Jack Stewart. I could see that. Nimble. Fun and games, maybe to others.
Liz,
but
would we
you
get
know.
Alexia to voice Dracula?
Yes, I can see
I mean, yeah,
that.
if people don't want to gender swap one of the characters, then we could always try and rope Alex in instead. But
It's an option.
first thought was Alexia.
Yeah. I just like the idea of Alexia voicing Dracula and just everybody still referring to Dracula as a fella.
Yeah.
Nobody saying anything. That would be
Well, hey, how Dracula identifies is Dracula's.
Yeah, this is true. It explains why he's never actually had any descendants. Okay. So. Indeedy, Looper. I think we may have started something, Fish.
Right.
Oh, God. I might have to start divvying up the book and sending people paragraphs, chapters to read, and see how it works. I'd be so tempted to say Bagsy Jonathan Harker. But maybe not. Okay. Fun. Okay, yes. Oh, God. If Alexia voices Dracula and we see it, is that a transvision vamp?
Oh, that is genius, Knight. Thank you.
Oh,
You're
Knight.
wonderful.
Oh, dear, oh, Lord. Oh, God, right,
I
back
don't want your money, baby. I just want your blood.
I want your blood. Okay.
Anyway, Alien.
Yeah, I'm trying. I am
Never have characters
dragging.
for Sunday at this rate.
I am dragging this. Okay, so nimble. Fun and games, maybe to others, but you know the truth. All that play has kept your reflexes sharp. You can push and skill roll based on agility twice, not just once like other characters.
Can I quickly check? Have you looked at the rules sufficiently to know? Is pushing in this one like in Mutant Year Zero, where
Increased
you will
stress.
probably take damage?
Yeah, you take stress damage. You increase your
It
stress level.
right, okay. So
Each
pushing
push.
is actually so. You see, I'm wary of abilities that let you push more than once when pushing is potentially disadvantageous to your character. Yeah, you might succeed at the task you're doing,
Yeah,
but it can hurt. And I'm not sure it's really an advantage being able to take that risk more than once.
yeah, that's true. Okay, so dodge or basically too small to notice. What do we think, Chat and Fish?
I quite like the too small to notice idea, I must admit.
Okay, beneath notice.
Oh, what does chat think?
Uh, may not be an advantage, but it seems reasonable. Okay, beneath notice. That's the one that lets you re-roll if you take a critical. Right. You're either too
Just gonna
small.
go back
Okay.
in a second.
Okay. You're either too small or you've got somebody else's problem field around you at all times. Right. Let's close those down so I can actually see what the dickens I'm doing. Okay, so personal agenda. You want to find an adult you can trust, really trust. You have no family left, make sure you never end up alone again. Oh, hello, Newt, nice to see you. No one gave you anything to do, so explore, try things out, and make your own entertainment. Well, whoever gets to play the character will decide how tall they are. But yeah, we've got the beneath notice. So what do we think? They're looking for a adult they can trust. They want to never be alone again. Or they're basically a kid on a bike. Explore, try things out, and make your own fun. For their agenda. Explore, explore, explore. Okay. Going to end up impregnated with an alien. Right, choose one of the following for their gear. A lunchbox covered in stickers, a favourite doll or action figure, or a bracelet made by an older sibling. What do we reckon as their item? Lunchbox covered in stickers, action figure. Going with the... Oh, you're going with the metal lunchbox, aren't you? The one I always got told off for taking to school when I was 8. Okay, fair enough. Pretty heavy damage with an action man. Oh, that sounds like the voice of experience. Okay, unfortunately, I think Lunchbox has it. Yes, I had a steel lunchbox when I was a kid. I got given the Snoopy lunchbox from Disneyland. And you weren't allowed to take metal lunchboxes to school, and I just didn't tell them. You can't tuck an explosive charge into an action man unless you push really hard. Right then. Oh, hello. That went wrong. Okay. How strange. Okay. No, that's the signature item. I take it back. That's me being a silly. Okay. Appearance. So, are they grubby and unkempt? Trendy sneakers that light up? I see nowhere that could go wrong. Denim jeans torn at the knees, t-shirt with a band logo, cargo shorts, ponytail, bored expression, or a baseball cap. Key way of describing yourself. Since it seems to be Moliere, final decision's yours. Explosive action man, how out of the ordinary. Ouch. Must be the light up sneakers. Signature item, the thing we see lying on the floor as the character's blood slowly drips down from off camera. Yes!
That sounds right.
It does. Yes. Oh, God.
It's the thing you find in a pile of that alien slime to prove to you that that character's been got.
Yes. Ordinancieri. That's awful. Light up sneakers sound appropriately obnoxious. Right, okay then. And stop it! It keeps tabbing me. Weirdly, it keeps tabbing me into chatty. And so when I start typing, it brings up a chatty window. Go fig. Yeah. I have a feeling I may have banned Magpie. One of the mods might want to check that out.
Popped a mod view quickly.
Yeah, if you don't mind. Unban them if it has, obviously. Yeah, it's just weird. Chatty just keeps tabbing me back into it.
The most recent mod action is 3 days ago. So
Okay,
unless it doesn't show yours.
No, it should do, because it would show anything. Okay, so we start with two of the following items. A fishing line or laser pointer. A magnet or radio controlled car. A yo-yo or electronic handheld game. A personal locator beacon or colouring pens.
The thing with radio controlled cars is they're really good for delivering explosive action men.
Okay. So, fishing line / laser pointer. I know, it's bizarre, isn't it, Chrono? It's not exactly equivalent. So, a radio controlled car seems quite popular. Which lets out the magnet. Apparently you're channeling Nightbite's fish. On the explosive delivery. Laser pointer, laser pointer, laser pointer. Yep, how can you mess with pilots? You use a laser pointer.
Yeah.
Yep, you
apparently
only get
your boat
two.
case friends of my family.
Yeah?
Yeah. to this day, they have no idea how it happened. This is way before mobile phones. This was an old-style landline. And they somehow got patched to air traffic control in the middle of them talking a plane into Manston Airport.
No!
Yep. And got the rather snotty, "Madam, we're trying to land a plane. Would you please get off the line?"
Yeah, gotcha. Sorry about that, Quinn. My apologies. Okay. And we have names. So there we go. I like that Becca David is in there, which is Newt. And a D6 cash. You got $4. 4 Wayland Yutani Eurobucks or whatever.
Quibbles. I already decided they were quibbles. Don't care what it says in the book. I've decided they're quibbles.
Quibbles wobble, but they don't fall down. Right. We're motoring along.
I need to make my sandwiches for tomorrow, except a knife. I'll be back.
Okay. Xenomorph chasing a laser like a cat. Yeah. Okay, so, next. Who's up? We can have Colonial Marine, Colonial Marshal, Company Agent. Actually, Colonial Marine is probably unlikely in this situation, but not illegal. Kid, Medic, Officer, Pilot, Roughneck, and Scientist. Little hatchling Xenomorphs probably joined a good game of catch the dot.
Can I suggest? I don't know. I know you were originally saying about having multiple characters. People may be, they're basically taking over NPCs after they die, so that they can stay in. Can I assume that essentially what we're going to have is a whole bunch of backup Roughneck primarily? Yeah. So we don't want to create any Roughnecks as primary PCs then, really, do we? Because that's what people will be talking back to after they kill their primary PC.
Shard, what did you would like? Oh, hello, English. Nice to see you. Shard, what kind of character were you thinking of? Are you the one who was thinking Colonial Marshal? Just out of curiosity. Otherwise, I will move on and I will create the next thing somebody suggests.
I think we should have a Colonial Marshal. You should create one, whoever.
Okay. Colonial Marshal it is. Shard
because they get to be the one character with a weapon in the entire game and refuse to let anyone else have it.
Yep. Let him have it. Right, so Colonial Marshal, the Nameless.
Marshal Bravestar.
That's going a bit close to the bone. Shard, any names in mind? I will be vetoing really silly ones. So,
hence I had to move away from really silly until I eventually got to Crispin.
Yes, I had a feeling you were basically playing telephone. Irene Dodge, okay. Oh, for the love of Smeg, come on. Thank you. Stop tabbing me out. I think this Fantasy Ground's just been weird. Irene Dodge. Okay. So, your primary attribute is wits, so you can have up to 5 points in that. Fair enough. So, what do we reckon? The full 5 wits, or do we want to give them some chance of having decent stats in anything else?
I'd say 4 wits.
Okay. So, that leaves us 6 points to spread between strength, agility, and empathy. No, it doesn't. It leaves us 10 points. Leaves us 10
That's
points.
More like it.
Yeah, so it's 10 points for skills. It's 14 points for attributes. So, yeah, we've got 10 points to spend. So, do we want a strength-based character, an agility-based character, or really empathic character?
So if we've got 10 points, we can... Not suggesting this is what we should do, but this is how I tend to create characters in points-based systems.
What,
We
3,
can
3?
get 3 in everything.
Yeah.
And have 1 point left over so we can get a second 4, or even go to the 5 wits.
Yeah.
And if there's something we want to slight, then we can shift a point around.
Okay.
And I find that's an easy way. Because quite often you can be staring at a character thinking, I've got no idea where to put my stat points. So what I tend to do is evenly divide them out and then move them around until I get something I like.
Yeah. I'll be bothered about party balance because there's a lot of wits about already. Yeah, wits being their primary attribute, that kind of has to be, up there. But that doesn't mean that they can't have a 4 in one of the others.
We could go with what's the strength attribute in this one?
Strength.
It is strength, right? I just
is.
couldn't remember for a second whether it was strength or body or...
Yeah. Strength, agility, wits and empathy.
That's it. We could go with a little bit of a mold breaker, because there's always the stereotype of the really strong character not being very smart. We go high wits, high strength.
Oh.
And have somebody who is really smart and built like a brick privy. Just to throw people, because everyone will underestimate their wits.
13, 14. Okay. And it looks pretty as well, because it's 4-3-4-3.
Oh, there you go.
Yes. 10, 14, yeah. No one's been particularly hitty yet. That's going to change.
Well, there we go. We've got a witty and hitty person.
Witty and hitty. Okay. So, key skills are observation.
Witty and hitty will be appearing on kids' TV sometime in the fall.
Key skills: observation, ranged combat, and manipulation. So that's wits, agility, and empathy. So we can have up to 3 points in those. Shall I just give a point of close combat, because that's as good as you're allowed for non-key skills. But that's still going to be rolling 5 dice because it's on strength.
Because of the strength, yeah.
Because of the strength, yeah. So I don't see this person being a computer programmer. Intelligent though they are.
No, but what do we have in the way of detective type skills? Is there an investigation skill?
That's observation.
That's observation.
That's one of the key skills, so that can be 3.
What about forensic?
That would cover.
Could we have a point in science or something to cover forensic?
We don't have science. We have Comtech, which is computers. Observation. Let me just check what observation actually covers. And by coincidence, I'm on the right page. Okay, observation is spotting an unknown threat of some kind. Let me just check what scientists get.
You haven't run a Year Zero system game before, so
I haven't.
As someone who has, I will make a couple of observations. What I did there, of my own.
Okay.
Firstly, I find that while Freya Legan makes some really good games, they can be a little bit focused sometimes when writing their rules. Coriolis, I find that the skills are far too focused. Yeah, so when I was running Coriolis, I was using them outside of what the descriptions said quite often. But the other thing to remember, of course, is that the game is designed that you roll the dice as little as possible.
True. That's fair. I'm inclined to put under the sort of detective end of things, observation and manipulation. Manipulation for the talking to people, and observation for evidence gathering. And Comtech to use technology. Might be the way to go.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So, shall we go with 3 points in observation, 2 points in manipulation, It's 5, 6. So we've got 4 points left to spend. Ranged combat can be up to 3. You can't help it. Yeah, so we give 2 points for ranged combat.
I don't make bad, silly, unlikable characters. I make characters who are educated, witty, and usually absolutely right in their beliefs, like Billy.
Manipulation also means being able to counter other manipulators. Yes, you can spot people who are lying. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1 more point. We could have medical aid, command, survival, piloting, mobility, heavy machinery, or stamina. What do we reckon? I'm kind of wandering off towards... Sorry?
Stamina would go with the high strength.
Yes. They lift the heavy things, clearly.
Yes, because they want to be governor.
Yes. They lift the heavy things and they put them down again. I mean, survival is survival. Depends how frontier you want to go.
Yeah. This is a station. If we were on a planet, I'd say survive.
Yeah.
But on a space station, I don't know that we're really going to be tracking down escape bandits across the plains while on a space station.
Yeah. Survival or medical? Medical seems quite popular. Okay. Last point going into medical. Right. Oh, so many windows open. So many windows. Right.
Well, I'm hoping we'll have an actual doctor.
Oh, God, you're getting petty now. The next one I'm creating is a medic.
Though we will need more than one person with medical skills, because obviously the doctor's going to die horribly.
I am not necessarily going to kill the doctor straight off. I might implicate them.
Only because... Oh, but come on, Strut. It's a standard, isn't it? The doctor is left alone with the unconscious crew member. Everyone else is hunting down what they think is a tiny wee xenomorph because it's only just hatched.
Right. So... Oh, I have plans for the tiny wee xenomorph. Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. That's evil giggle again. Right, so we're on to... Talents. Sorry?
I said I'll have the soup. Sorry, I was just came across all Spaceballs there for a moment.
I wish you hadn't said that. I hate you so much. Okay, authority, investigator, or subdue. I'm thinking this person is an investigator. Do you get to roll medical when your chest bursts open?
I really like the idea of the beefy, privy investigator. That really applies.
This is just because you were watching Knives Out the other day.
Oh?
And Daniel Craig's built like a brick wall.
Yeah, since brain gone to sleep, cannot think of name.
Yeah. Robert Mitchum.
Gone. Never mind.
Okay. Judge Dredd. Right. Personal agenda. Your longtime partner betrayed you and defected to a crime syndicate. Get even. You dream of turning in the badge and settling down in peace. Work towards it. White picket fence optional.
So that guarantees you're dying. You're never going to get out the end of the scenario then.
Yeah. 3 days before retirement. You did a bad thing in the past and it's come back to haunt you. You need to decide what you're made of. So, what do we think? Did someone do you wrong? Did you do someone else wrong? Or are you just 3 days from retirement and you're working towards that cottage on a nice little terraform moon? Yeah, are you too old for this shit? Okay, Cyanid, thank you for stopping by. It's been lovely seeing you. You like the 3 days from
Hope to see
retirement?
you on. Hope to see you on Sunday for the actual stream.
Yep, 6:30 UK. And yeah, I hope you feel better. 2 of the 3 sound like a narrative death sentence. Well, yeah.
This is Alien.
This is Alien. Duh. Fun thing about
That command should have worked, Looper. I'm sure that command should have worked.
Yes, it's shout out, not SO.
Ah.
3 days to a time, it seems quite popular, so. Okay. Signature item. You have a photo of a loved one, a dented flask with an inscription on the front, or a news clipping of an unsolved case.
Well, it is an investigator. They are an investigator, so maybe the
News clipping?
yeah the news clipping, the hobby thing of spends all of their free time trying to work out this unsolved case from way back in their history. Well, it wasn't even their case, it was their mentor's case, and they've inherited it.
Yeah. Right. The unsolved case turns out to be a disappearance caused by xenomorphs. Who knows? Oh, wait.
No, disappearance caused by the corporation. It was really, really early in Crispin's, and he needed a leg arm.
Not Crispin's dad. He nepotismed his way into...
There's an interesting idea, yeah.
Yeah. Okay,
yes.
so...
Perfect. The case was, it was Crispin's rival for a job role, but Crispin didn't do it.
Yes! Excellent. Oh... It's opportunity knocks. That's how I see Crispin. He's going to come in, you know, his fight music will be opportunity knocks.
I should have called him Knock.
Yeah. You can if you want.
I might give him a middle name. I have the middle name Knox.
You're not going to go with Crestwood Knox as a hyphenated.
Hyphenated Crestwood Knox. Tempt. We'll decide by Sunday.
Okay. Right. That can go away. So, appearance. Choose from the options below. So, chewing a toothpick, cigarette in mouth, impressive moustache. It's going to be played by Shard. Just because her name's Irene. Some people do have to get rid of the face fungus on the daily.
Impressive moustache isn't really... there's no such thing as an impressive moustache if it can't actually manipulate objects.
There is that.
It's not impressive unless it can manipulate objects and, bench press as much as the rest of you can.
Yeah. Worn cap, scar across the face, greying hair, crew cut, inquisitive gaze, or old leather jacket. Okay, so yeah, Shard I think is swearing off the moustache because it's not animated. Old leather jacket's getting some play. Okay. Okay, we'll go with that. Oh, for God's sake. Again. Right, gear. Can have a 357 Magnum or Armat model 37A 12 gauge, so you can have a revolver or a shotgun. No leather. Yes, I have no problem with the jacket being a duster.
That's there, yeah. If you have the Magnum, you will be legally required to deliver the line, "You feel like a punk," at some
Yes.
point.
Yes. So you can have a shotgun or a revolver. Please don't make me say that again. Binoculars or a flashlight. Personal medkit or a stun baton. No, I don't see how those are equivalent. Never sleep or a hand radio. You can have 2 things. I will leave that up so people can read it. No fair. You spoil all my fun. So Magnum and the flashlight then.
I still don't see what an ice cream is going to be used for.
And I'm bearing in mind it's being translated for America. So yes, flashlight, not torch. Right. So that's Irene done. Come on, Irene. That's it. Sorry. Next is a medic. Medic. Done and dusted. Oh. What did I ever do to you? Right.
I liked that one, Lupa, but I suspect that you're now going to be the first one to die.
Lupa's not playing, it's cheating.
Oh no, so you're not. You're getting away with it.
That's sneaky. Yeah, you're immune now. Right, so key attribute is empathy. So we can have up to 5 empathy. Let's put 5 in there. Drutch will remember that. I don't have a memory. I just have grudges. Oh, that's the point. I better check how much cash the investigator starts with. The marshal starts with. D6 times 100. Right, okay. You can go away. You got more than the kid, but I wouldn't like to shout about it. We
went back to do money, so
yeah.
If we're talking about the name of the medic, we haven't started the medic
No,
yet.
the medic has no name as yet. I was just starting to do...
Now I want to call the medic Clint.
Okay. Nobody else has come up with anything. So Clint something. So we have 5. We have 9 points left.
Want to go really silly and obvious on the name? Can we get away with West Vale?
Oh, we have a full name suggested here. Charlie McAllister. Clint Lockwood.
I quite like Clint Lockwood, actually.
I like Clint Lockwood. Actually, yeah, I can get behind Clint Lockwood.
Maybe Charlie McAllister could be the next character.
Okay. Can't be Dr. Buttercup.
Yeah.
Okay,
let's
go for an even spread. So currently we've got evens in strength, agility and wits and a 5 empathy. So what I'm slightly worried about is it took me this long to twig that the stats are actually listed above the skills they affect. What a twonk.
There they are.
Yeah. I've been staring at this for 4 characters now and only just twigged. So, their key skills are mobility, observation and medical aid. So wits and agility are important, strength less so. They've
I don't
currently
think
got...
we need much in medical aid, are we? It's not going to be big.
Yeah, this is true. Well, they've got 5 in They, at the moment, they're rolling 5 dice for medical aid and they haven't got any points in it. Yeah, empathy and agility, you reckon, improve. Okay, so shall we take a point out of strength and go for 4 agility?
But
Okay. So, key skills, mobility, observation, and medical aid. Well, let's go with a 3 medical aid, because that just strikes me as common sense. And that's as high as it can go. Mobility is getting your arse out of the way, to be honest. And observation is spotting things, such as the alien embryo when you roll your scanner down over them.
is mobility also getting to your patient?
Theoretically, yeah. If it's awkward to do, if it's bad positioning or something dangerous is happening around you,
Would that be used for, like, squeezing
yeah,
through after a collapsed shut and you're trying to get past the wreckage to the patient?
yes,
Would
it
that be
would.
used for that?
Yeah, that's okay. So I'm getting that we should put
So yeah,
mobility.
I now have a very bad American. No, not American. What am I talking about? Yeah, it is. No, it isn't. It's Aussie.
No.
A very bad Aussie paramedic type program in my mind, which I've only seen at all because it turns out that it's got Grey Girl from Farscape in it.
Oh, right, gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, weird seeing her actually looking human.
Okay. Oh, yes, I think I've seen that. Oh, that's slightly worrying. Actually, it may have been the detective thing I saw her in to play the daughter. You would want a fast doc who notices things. So should we give him 2 observation, 2 mobility, 3 medical aid? So we've got 3 points left. I'm tending towards giving them a point of survival. I think maybe this doctor has seen some shit on Colony Worlds.
Other postings before this
Yeah.
one, and yeah, these things are.
Yeah, and
Yeah, I like the idea of this is a proper frontier doc.
so do we
Maybe
want to? Sorry,
maybe pilot. Is it a flying doctor?
could be or has been someone who got earned a point of shoot.
Whoever plays the doctor has to do it with a bad Australian accent.
I used to watch the Flying Doctors. I'm so sad. Okay. I don't know why I used to watch Flying Doctors. It was boring as hell. So, point of shoot. Okay.
Please, Sheila, there's a bloody xenomorph over there.
I just love the fact so far there's one, count it, one gun on the station. So, career talents, calming presence, compassion, and field surgeon. There we go. What? That's an image. Do I mean? Okay.
Can I also just say, with regards actual official rule sets for fantasy grounds like this, as a GM, I adore the idea that I can pull out images from the rulebook to show people when I want to illustrate something.
Yeah, it's just nice.
Unfortunately, the thing that I play using the official rule set, AD&D Second Edition, has really quite bad images in it. Artwork in the original Second Edition rulebook, I think, is better than the revised one.
Yeah.
But nevertheless, I'm hoping they'll do, since they are doing VTT support for their games, I'm hoping Free Illegal will do an efficient, Free Illegal, we'll do an official rule set for Coriolis,
Yeah,
because that's got some.
it would be nice. It's got some gorgeous artwork. Okay.
And we're definitely getting a VTT for Twilight 2000, which was one of the stretch goals.
Yeah. Not familiar with the Flying Doctor except the one in the blue box. I've heard of the Flying Nun. Okay. Right. Field Surgeon. See also Dr. Quinn, Medicine Woman. Okay. Must I see Dr. Quinn, Medicine Woman? I watched the whole series. I don't know why. So
That I did not see Dr. Quinn, Medicine Woman.
it had its moments. It did have its moments. So, but I'm not going with Clint Quinn because that's a tongue twister in and of itself. So the talents.
I thought we'd already decided on Clint Lockwood.
Yeah, we have. So we have calming presence. People find themselves relaxing whenever you're around. Once per turn, you may reduce the stress level of another character within short range by 1 in addition to the normal stress recovery. In order to use this talent, you and any character that hopes to benefit from your calming presence must be in a relatively safe place. You cannot use this talent on yourself. Useful.
Is this talent only available to doctors, or can it be earned by the ship's cat as well?
Yeah, you're assuming there is no ship's cat.
I think Jonesy automatically gets that one.
Yay. Okay, compassion. This isn't just a job for you. You truly care about the people under your care. You can push any skill, and that's the pushing empathy one. Okay. Field surgeon. You know the delicate art of stopping a wound from bleeding or treating grave injuries. Why would you want to stop a wound from treating grave injuries? Never mind. You can get a +2 modification to medical aid when treating someone who's about to die from a critical injury. Now, I'm not saying that might be useful.
Yeah, I've seen the critical injury table for these. I assume I have anyway. I assume it's the same as for the other Year Zero games.
Nah. Yes, it is.
It's nasty.
It is nasty, yes. You've got, ribs exploding and, your head coming off.
Well, we don't have traditional anime cat aliens in the Alien universe. The best we can do is, can Clint wear a cat suit?
Maybe? Oh, God. This all happens after the New Year's party and Clint's in a cat onesie.
I was just thinking, more, Avengers, British, not American.
Ah, yeah.
I'm thinking Mrs. Peel.
Clint could indeed be clad in a skin-tight leather catsuit, if you wish. However, talents. Do we want them to be able to reduce stress, or do we want them to be able to save lives more efficiently when someone's about to peg it from a crit? Imagine Clint actually saving someone from a chest burster.
I can see them both being really useful.
Yeah, you can't have both. Not for a normal starting character.
No.
Decisions.
What do people in chat think?
Yes, what do chat believe?
I'm going to go and put this ham back in the fridge before the cat eats it, while chat has a chance to make a decision.
You feel like saving people from a dire wound would be more cinematic. Okay. Yep. Fair enough then. Field surgeon it is. Right then. That's where I find I could just been... Oh, I could just been clicking and dragging it. Doll. Yeah, I'll change those when I... No, I didn't make that mistake, okay? Nobody saw a thing. You're pretty sure the cinematic character creation is characters at a higher level since it's a one-shot. Yeah, you can think that. Right. Oops, I think I just closed the medic.
So did we decide on the critical wounds one?
Yeah, field surgeon. And Chad seems to be thinking that you're entitled to more XPs in a cinematic game, which is quite possible, but you're not getting any.
I'm not so sure. I have a suspicious feeling that they probably don't.
It's alright. So, medic, let's finish pulling that up. So, your personal agenda. You're addicted to a strong painkiller. Protect your stash and your secret. You have some unusual but classified medical reports that the company's looking for. Find out why they're so important. You've sworn an oath never to take a life, and you mean it. Remember, designers, you have to tell the user about the cool stuff you put in, yeah. So...
But Easter eggs!
True. So...
I'm still hoping to find a whole bunch of Easter eggs in 5th edition D&D that make it a good game.
Now, no, I'm not doing this, Fish.
Sorry.
So, are they hopped up on some strong painkiller? Never take a life, so they're shooty, but they can't take a life. Do xenomorphs count?
Well, they're living.
They're animated. Okay. Never take a life. Any other? Being able to shoot, but not wanting to shoot the alien. Okay. I nearly typed loving the alien. That's just... my brain just went off in a completely left at the traffic lights direction there. Okay. Signature item. Framed medical certificate, a letter from the son or daughter, last psych evaluation, all clear at last. Was that a Freudian slip? What was yeah, possibly. I can't help thinking the last psych evaluation, all clear at last, would tie up with the has sworn never to take a life. That smacks of backstory to me. What do we reckon, chat?
I like that.
Okay. I wonder who's going to play the medic. Does indeed. Okay, and appearance. Sympathetic smile, short tidy hair, warm caring eyes, dark bags under the eyes, fidgety hands, calm and gentle voice, cold unsympathetic stare, spectacles or a white coat. What do we reckon for Clint? Warm, caring eyes.
No, very warm carrying eyes. They're related to the
Bags
also carrying mustache from Year Zero.
Okay, we've got eye bags. Everybody, okay. Guys, now, come on. You're just making my life difficult now. I think eye bags have come up twice. I mean, to be honest, whoever ends up with this, obviously they can customise their character. You like the contrast between the cold stare and never wanting to take a life. Oh, now you might be onto something there.
If looks could kill, the doctor would have had to shut their eyes.
Fidgety hands won't kill, just cleared, this guy's lived. Oh, Magpie, now you're coming up with your own plots there, and actually.
Yeah, but I shoot with this hand.
Yes! Okay, and on the gear, as opposed to on the gear, D6 times 100 in cash. Wow, okay, loaded. 600. So we've got oh, hello. Oops. A surgical kit or a compression suit. So they could start. Oh, okay, Clint's been adopted. We have the kid and Clint have been adopted so far.
So the kid and Clint have been adopted, but you created me an absolute horror that everybody loves to hate. Yes. I'm beginning to feel a little picked on over here. You know?
Wanted a bastard. You explicitly said you wanted someone awful.
Well, yeah, I know I said that.
Oh, that's a nice gesture. That is a very nice gesture, Knight. I suspect we've created a character for you who's going to be like the only survivor. He is going to be the final guy.
Bear in mind that I have form for being the only survivor in your Halloween games.
Yeah, true.
You're going to have to put some effort into killing me to make sure that I can't keep boasting about that.
Yeah. I still can't believe you blew up an oxygen cylinder and still survived.
That wasn't even in a Halloween game.
That was.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Which game was that? Yeah, of course. No, sorry, I was thinking of the... what were they? Kerosene tanks. Yes. I was thinking of. That wasn't.
No, that was All Flesh Must Be Eaten. You blew up the oxygen tank.
Yeah.
And got blown out of the room, out of the warehouse, rather than into a wall.
Yeah.
Eric can make his own fun by tagging along with your character all the time. Oh, is that just to give him a portable human shield? I hide now. You didn't survive Dino
No, I didn't survive Dino. But in fairness, I really didn't try to.
Well, no. You did basically throw Billy under a number of Dilophosaurus-shaped buses.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. I'm amazed he lasted as long as he did.
Choice, and I got it. I sacrificed Billy. Not for any of your sakes at all.
Yep. Right. So, gear. So, surgical kit or compression suit. Doses of nap relief, which I believe is a painkiller, or never sleep. Which, let's face it, is probably amphetamines. A personal med kit or doses of experimental X drugs. Samani E-Series watch or hand radio. Okay, let's have a look at gear.
I blame myself.
And you have to specify which time you lived through blowing yourself up. Yes.
My favourite, though, I did not live through. That was in a homebrew sci-fi game. Before Drat, I was playing with Drat. True. And I had a character on a hover surfboard, outing ahead of the party. And I found the camp, and there was a tent in the middle, and it was clearly being used as a supply tent. So I just buzzed right up, and as I was going past, I opened fire at point blank range into the supply tent and blew it up. Didn't live through that one.
Didn't that turn out to be where they were still storing the explosives?
It's where they were stealing all the explosives and ammunition. Yeah, the whole thing went up, and I was so happy with that character.
Oh, that's a shame. Okay. Gear has its own listing. Okay, fine. Pharmaceuticals. Never sleep pills. Fast-acting supplement that keep you going well past your bedtime. Excessive use can cause stroke or heart attack. Hydration. Nap relief. Injectable instant pain reliever. For all strains, stresses and irritations. Med kit and compression suit seems quite popular. Recreational drugs. Yeah, okay. Yeah. X-drugs. The more extreme drugs out there that most ethical corporations work to keep off their colonies. Uh-huh. So, medical supplies then. Personal med kit. Contains what you need to stop bleeding, disinfect a wound, cauterize it, some Pharmax bandages to wrap it up, and a stim boost to keep you on your feet. Not a permanent solution, more a band-aid to keep your guts from spilling out until you reach an auto-doc. Gives a bonus to 1 medical aid roll. Surgical kit by comparison can save lives or be used as a cutting weapon. Gives a +1 modification to medical aid rolls to prevent death from a fatal critical injury. Okay, so personal med kit's probably a better idea. Okay, and compression. It comes under weapons and armour. Tools. Nope, 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 nope. Okay, we'll sort out the compression suit in a sec. Thank you, searchable books. Huh, when you search for compression, you get explosive decompression. Alrighty.
Yeah, there may be some rules in that book that I'll want to borrow that are missing from Coriolis.
That's fine by me. So, IRC Mark 50 compression suit. Righty-ho. Apparently you're a gem, Fishy.
I know.
Okay, so that gives you a default of 50 air. Wait. Okay. So that's Clint done. I'm actually motoring through these, to be honest.
Yeah, character creation is relatively swift, which it needs to be really for cinematic play, at least. You don't want to spend too much time creating the victims.
Hello, victims. So, do we want the next character? A bit rough, but you haven't been ground and chipped enough for a piece of jewellery.
I have been ground quite enough, thank you.
Okay. Back to careers. So, we have no pilots. Roughnecks you're pretty much going to be able to pick up when you get there. That came out wrong. A scientist. We've got a medic. We have a company agent. We have no officers. Any suggestions? In fact, actually, what I'm going to do is I will take a brief bio break.
How many characters have you got now?
We need 2 more. We need 2 more. We've done 4. We just need two. Should be done in half an hour, to be honest. Didn't realise it was going to be that kind of game. Oh, so back in a Mo, indeed. So, oh, hello. Oh, hello. I think OBS has had a tiz. I think OBS has very much had a tizzy. What was all that about? Right, now back in a Mo.
Yeah, don't know what that was about. But anyway, that may have abandoned you, but I'm still here. I'm thinking, actually, having suggested that we would avoid Roughnecks because that's what all the backup characters are going to be. I'm actually wondering now about creating, because there wouldn't be a separate character class for it, just be a Roughneck. Creating somebody, maybe somebody higher up. So one of the primary PCs would be the guy in charge of the Roughnecks, and then after, or guy or gal, and then after, or whatever, and then after they're dead, they'd move on to just playing one of the Roughnecks. Wondering about maybe that. I don't like the idea of, personally, I don't like the idea of a Marine, because I don't like the idea of somebody who is actually combat competent being on station. I think that spoils everything. But that is just me. If you want it that way, I'm sure that will listen to your valued input. Yeah, absolutely. Last thing we want is to stay. Although I'm looking forward to the Marine sourcebook, because that's the next. They've announced the Colonial Marines sourcebook that's coming out, so that would be cool. Because they don't all die, and there aren't in Alien anyway. Only in Aliens. Yeah, the old RPG wasn't an Alien RPG, it was an Aliens RPG, and that only covered Marines, basically. You played as Marines being sent in to deal with these menaces, and it was a really fun game. So I'm hoping that with the Colonial Marines sourcebook for this one, it'll give you that kind of play style in this game system, in addition to being able to do more things like Alien. So that should be really good. The community viewing of Alien is happening on Friday.
Otherwise known as tomorrow.
Otherwise known as tomorrow, yes, this is true.
Videocom. Video capture. Video go down the hall. Video come back, I hope.
I didn't with being bad at the movie. Could we create a Marine who is basically a desk jockey who's visiting on holiday? Who's never done basic training but never fired a weapon in anger?
You reckon maybe it's given it's a sort of a way station. You reckon that either he's back visiting maybe his parents own the bar?
There was a suggestion in chat that there was a Marine on station visiting family.
Okay.
Now, I was wary of that because I just think that a Marine might be too competent, and I'm not sure we want competent people who might live. That would be spoiling the fun. But maybe
they wouldn't necessarily be armed.
Yeah, maybe we could go with a as I say, a desk jockey.
Someone who aspires to be Gorman when he grows up.
Thank God we've got you here. You're a trained Marine. What are you, some kind of special forces? I'm a quartermaster.
Graduated basic training a week ago. Survival is antithetical to survival over one-shots. Yeah. Heroes in Drut's chat, not heroes in on the planet, which seems to have no explanation or point. Yes, you are on a space station, or you will be on a space station. Small station. As I said, in an asteroid belt.
Confess that while it does allow for different aliens, I am assuming.
I can confirm.
I am assuming the big-headed nasties.
I can confirm that xenomorphs, indeed. Do you have a ship's cat beside the medic? Well, now that's an interesting question. Xenomorph triples. Jesus. Now there's a thought.
You don't really need much in the way of other aliens in a proper aliens RPG. Because once you take into account the fact that the alien is shaped by the host species.
Yep.
You've got loads of variety on different types of alien, potentially.
I will tell you.
I mean, raccoon aliens, aardvark aliens. We need aardvark xenomorphs.
Ugh. Ugh. Oh my god. Ship's cat named Captain. Yep, there are going to be various vessels docked with the station. This is where the spare roughnecks are going to come from. Because you've got miners using this as their layover. Aren't xenomorphs basically not cute triples? Kinda. And there is a station cat. So, that's exactly the opposite of what I wanted to do. That's kind of what I wanted to do. Right. Most of your friends will never see another world, but not you. As soon as you're old enough, you signed up for USMC. The pay's crap and the food's worse, but you've always got a bunk to sleep in and you get to shoot all sorts of weapons at all sorts of things. Life in the Corps never dull, but the lust has begun to fade. You've seen things you'll never be able to forget, and plenty you wish you could. Pepperdew the alien aardvark. Oh my god, yes. Oh. Pepperdew, yes. Oh my god. I can just see Pepperdew the alien aardvark. Oh. Okay, so, where's the characters gone? So I've just lost the plot now. Too many windows open. So, we are going for new character is a Colonial Marine. Can I have a name for my Colonial Marine, please? Who is probably a private. Might be as high as a corporal.
Well, since we've been trying to go a bit non-gender specific where possible because we don't know who's playing the characters and so on and so forth, may I suggest a Billy?
Okay. What do we reckon, guys? Jackie Masterson. Jackie I can get behind.
Jackie also works.
Jackie
also works.
Did they have an inheritance? Masterson. Sorry, I lost the ability to spell then. Where the hell did the Masterson inheritance come from? Was that all? Was that Oh yeah,
Isn't that the
sorry.
one?
Charlie, yes. Charlie will be the next character. Charlie will be the final character.
Oh, yes.
But we will have a Charlie. And that just lets people pick what they want to do. Okay, so Colonial Marine. Key skill, well, key attribute is strength. Duh. Doesn't have to stay at 5. It's just if I put 5 there, I know that I've got that covered. Close skills: close combat, stamina, and ranged combat. Well, so fighty then. But needs a good agility then.
But we don't want to give them those skills. We want them to be a desk jockey.
Yeah, I know. True. That was it. Of course it was, Chrono. I think there was a lot of crossover between that and Whose Line, is why, for some reason...
It was. Yes, a lot of the same cast, yeah.
Yes. I used to listen to the Masters and Inheritance.
It was mad as a bicycle.
Oh, God, yes, it was. Box of frogs. So, if we want him to be a bit of a desk jockey, are we thinking command? Maybe piloting? Comtech? Definitely Comtech.
Oh, that sounds ideal, yeah. The dropship pilot.
Yeah.
Without a dropship or anything else to pilot.
So not actually a pilot? Because pilot is an option. As a career.
I mean, pilot. I suppose dropship pilot would probably be in Colonial Marine sourcebook, wouldn't it?
But yeah, you could have a military pilot, basically. Yeah. All it says is pilot, doesn't say who you work for. So yeah, Colonial Marine pilot. So, but that gives you the pilot skills rather than the Colonial Marine skills. So, Schnapnipnup.
It has suddenly become our most important lifeline.
Yeah.
Those people who survive were going to need someone to fly the ship they steal to get away from this place.
And thank you very much for the tier 1 gift sub. Much appreciated. Yeah. Yes, Chrono. That explains why for some reason I had it in my head that it was part of Whose Line. Because let's face it, there was a rotating cast. If you weren't doing one week, you were probably doing the other. Right. Did I miss a... Oh, hello, Eterose. Thank you, chap, for explaining what's going on. I appreciate that. You are lovely. So, I've given them a 5 agility. This pilot. Because piloting comes under agility. Why piloting comes under agility, we don't know. But we've hived off 5 points for that. So...
now, belongs to... It might be a stretch. I'm using it at the moment, but... just don't tell the person it really belongs to, or they'll want it back.
Okay, so shall we give them 4 wits for their Comtech skills? Maybe? Or shall we go with 4 agility and 3s? Or 4s all across? I mean, we could go with a really unempathetic. We could go with 4 across the board. And then a 2 empathy.
Yeah, actually, I quite like that idea. More at home with machines and vehicles than people.
It's just a matter of sitting in the big comfy seat and making vroom noises.
Absolutely. That's the way it works.
So yeah, 14 points. There we go. It's 12 there and 2 for empathy. Not 0 empathy as I was about to leave it at. So... I'm thinking that possibly... Oh, you're so involved in this stream you hadn't noticed Mercury's in your lap until you felt your legs get too warm. Bless! So, we can go for 3 piloting. Other skills are ranged combat and Comtech. So... I'm guessing Comtech's going to be pretty good.
Going to need a rank 1 in ranged combat, aren't we, for basic training?
Yeah. You can have up to 3. because it's one of his actual key skills.
We really want up to 3. I
Oh
suppose
God,
we
no.
could as 2, but
Okay, we can adjust. Okay, so that gives us 7 points. So we've got 3 skills we can put to a point. No ranged. Ooh,
I don't think no ranged is really feasible. If this is
no.
supposed to be a Colonial Marine pilot,
Yeah,
then
they
they're going
tend
to.
to teach you the shooty McBang bang stuff.
Yeah. I mean, a friend of my sister's joined the Navy, and she basically was a secretary in the Navy. She also topped her graduating class marksmanship.
I love that, especially since I know who you're
Which is
talking about.
yeah, kind of scary. She went away as this inoffensive, tiny little thing, and frankly came back as a woman, which was a bit. What happened to you?
Yeah, she. I think her careers were basically going to be Navy or fashion model when she left. She was built like that, and she wasn't by the time she came back because I think a lot of fitness happened.
Yeah, I suspect so.
Yeah. Okay, I am willing to drop the ranged combat to 1. So, definitely going to have to give them close combat because they've been through basic training.
Yeah. Yeah, just one close combat.
Command, manipulation. Oh, they're really crap at empathy. So I'm thinking that whole column's just a waste of time for them. They go through it, never use it, and have a skill that's atrophied. Fair enough. Close combat, they've got stamina. All those route marches. You reckon the point in command? Yeah, but they seem to have basically paid attention to the learning to fly bit, Looper. So yeah, they can be fresh out of training, but they essentially didn't bother with anything except the flying bit. Yeah, as someone who's got that low in empathy, I'm really not seeing them doing command. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, we've got 3 points to spend. Observation? Possibly?
Works.
And I'm inclined to say if they're actually more happy with machines than people, maybe heavy machinery. Basically, are they playing with everything mechanical? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I've got 1 more point. Which, unless someone yells at me, I'm putting into stamina because they will have had to have that to graduate. Really good in the air, pretty sucky everywhere else. You like awkward engineer marine? Yeah, that works. Engineer pilot.
This may be Merlin's alter ego, yeah.
Oh my god. Yes. Nobody tell him. Right. Career talents. And that's what the pilot looks like. Where are you, pilot? So, my options are full throttle. You like to go fast, really fast. When you're piloting a spaceship, you get +2 modification to piloting rolls for any accelerate or decelerate actions. Like the back of your hand, the vehicle's yours and you know every bolt and cable, nook and cranny. Choose one vehicle or spacecraft, not one type, but one single specific craft. You get the +2 modification to piloting with the chosen vehicle. You can choose this talent several times.
That would be mean, because it's not going to be here.
Yeah. Unless it's what his parents owned. If I go with his parents own the bar on the station, it could be the family runabout. Effectively. The little family ship. What do you reckon? Because That strikes me as useful for a mechanic.
But we're kind of character creating in an escape route, and
You
that
are,
just
yeah.
feels counter to the point of
Yeah.
a cinematic survival horror game.
And reckless. You live for the rush of adrenaline. Pushing harder than others dare. You can push any agility roll twice. Now, you see.
Don't really like any of them,
Yeah.
but if we have to have one of them, I'm kind of leaning towards the speed thrills.
What, full throttle?
Yeah.
Okay. Died as you lived in the flash of a blade. Yeah, I really should have checked that you could just click and drag the talents in instead of typing them. Mea culpa.
Yeah, you almost certainly can.
Yeah, you can. I've just discovered this.
And
I will go back and
clicking
redo.
and dragging them in, of course, they'll also have a link to the description of that
Yes.
talent so that you can just bring
I
it
will
up.
sort that out, however, before actually running.
Oh,
I will prioritise, however, the plot and making sure people can get into fantasy grounds.
yes, that would be good.
Yeah, I know. What the hell? Right. Moving on. Personal agenda. So full throttle, not reckless. Okay. Yeah, that's true.
If we do go really mean and give somebody a talent that they can't use because their ship is in fact the dropship, the marine dropship that they haven't got with them. It's a really horrible thing to do to them.
Yeah. I wouldn't do that necessarily. Okay, personal agenda. It's about pushing the limit, taking a chance and taking risks, so take a risk. You're stubborn and you don't like to back down, even if your friends might get hurt. You're a loner, always happier when you can do a task without relying on others. Well, I'm sorry, I am not even accepting decisions from chat.
I mean, that's got to be, hasn't it? We've already
Yeah.
established they like machines more than people. Got to be the loner.
Yeah. Now, this is the one that Eric gets attached to. That would just be amusing. Okay. Signature item. A dashboard dancer. A pilot's logbook. No, pilot shades.
Yeah.
Aviator. Yeah.
It has to be, but it is slightly annoying because I don't do cosplay, but it is a Halloween.
You're not playing him.
Session. I know, so I was going to dress up Sunday, and I was planning on wearing shades as part of it. But if the pilot has the signature shades, then I can't really. It would be stealing their thunder. So.
Oh, I don't know. You could have Battle of the Sunglasses. And it really creeped me out because nobody would have eyes I could see.
Yeah, but the problem is that my only pairs of sunglasses are basically aviator shades.
This is true.
If I had another style of the sunglasses, maybe.
On the other hand,
I might have to use ones somewhere.
On the other hand, Crispin, being a bit of a tit, I can just see him wearing aviators and not have a clue what to do in a ship.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Indy? Sorry, brain fry then. Appearance. Arrogant walk, steely blue eyes, multi-pocket flight suit, sunglasses, previous mission patches. I don't think we need to say sunglasses because they're implied. Deadpan expression, chews gum or skeptical look. I'm thinking deadpan. To be honest. I'm thinking deadpan expression.
Nice
and
job.
indeed, hello Retsmads.
Hello.
Speaking of aviators and how much the aviators
Hey,
have been
I'm
nice
not on
for you.
camera.
You've worn your aviator hat outside every day since last Crimson Skies. Cool. Well, actually warm, I suspect. Oh, hello. I can type in English on occasion. Okay, they get a d6 times 100. They have 400 in Wulong or whatever.
I did Wulong. Love it.
Yeah, sorry. I can't remember where I got Wulong. It's from something. Star Wars, I think.
No, that's Cowboy Bebop.
Of course it is. And thank you very much for the gift sub to Rets Mads. And hello.
All about the subs.
It is. I'm not arguing. It's nice to have people around. Nice to have folks around. It's just cool. Encourages them to come back. Yes. I don't question Anonymous. I just accept now and try not to get too twitchy about the fact that I'm so chuffed at the idea people give subs in my channel. I'm sorry. It's really cool. I know it makes me sound like I'm about 6, but it is really cool. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm trying to hold this together because it's just happened a couple of times this stream and it's going. Okay, so I start with 2 items: an M4A3 service pistol or an uplink terminal, a hand radio or flares, as in pop light, not as in sideways ironed.
That's a shame.
Yeah. Maintenance jack or Siegson PDAT, which I think is a handheld computer. Siegson system diagnostics device or IRC Mark 50 MK50 compression suit. So, community is growing like a tiny tendril from a mythos before taking root in the minds of the people.
GD.
Yeah. Okay. I am inclined to say a compression suit is probably quite sensible for a pilot.
Yes, that does seem.
Okay.
Although, yeah, this is an off-duty pilot.
This is an off-duty pilot.
Military pilot.
Yeah. So, do we want to give them the second gun in the group? Do we think that they have a service?
I'm not sure about when off duty and on vacation them having a gun either.
Yeah.
We've already sort of established that since basic training they've never fired a weapon.
Yeah, well, they probably have. It's just always been while sitting in the ship. Off duty doesn't mean unprepared. But yeah, I can see that. I can see the but.
Maybe we go with the compression suit though on the basis of perhaps the expanded universe stuff kind of does give us that the Colonial Marines are heavily underfunded.
Yeah, they are.
Not very well paid.
Yep.
So maybe they have the compression suit because they've basically worked passage on ships to get here.
Oh, yes. We have 3 weeks vacation a year. I've got a week each way travel. From the nearest base. Having a service pistol that's never used also suits. Okay, we'll go with that.
Christine, never been taken out of the box.
Yeah. I'm sorry, you have to clean it how often? Oh man, that's a lot of work. Right. So that's Jackie. And I know I've been referring to them as he all the way through. Entirely up to whoever ends up playing what they decide to go with. That pretty much goes for all the characters. Well, it does go for all the characters, not pretty much. Feel free to tweak them, customize them at your whim. I mean, you're not going to have time, and I wouldn't recommend getting attached, but yeah. It's life. Also, if they're paranoid, having a compression suit at all times could work.
Yeah.
Yes.
But are they necessarily paranoid? I mean, I suppose they could be. Having a compression suit at all times would indicate it.
Yes, I think I finished them, didn't I?
really overcautious.
Yes, the loner. Yeah, I'll create all the characters and then we can buzz through quickly and do the buddies.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Right, so...
Yeah, we don't really have connections between these
You
characters
don't,
that you
no.
normally would expect to have in one of these
No.
things. So I'm not sure quite how the buddies thing is going to work because these
Yeah.
guys don't really know each other to have buddies.
So I may well leave it as is. Unless you can
Yeah,
come up
I
with
mean, in
something
a
out of
campaign
game.
game, you would certainly be creating you're using the buddy system and the listing how people feel about the other characters on their character sheet. That
Yeah.
is a core part of the MY0 system,
I,
but not so much in a cinematic, I feel.
I also have no problem with people coming up, choosing their buddies and rivals in the game.
Yeah, this is true.
Mid movie. Right, okay, careers. So we are now on... We can either have... Charlie can either be a Colonial Marine or a scientist or an officer. Potentially, to avoid doubling up.
Now, I did have a thought while you were AFK, but I'm not sure how well it actually worked.
A whole thought.
Despite my having said earlier that we didn't really want a roughneck because that's what the backup NPCs that can be taken
Yarp.
are going to be. I wondered about whether it would still be probably covered by the roughneck career for whoever is in charge of said rough.
Okay.
So, whereas the fallback characters would be, you know, the grunts and workers around the station. Who would be the guys in charge? They wouldn't be corporate agents.
No. It wouldn't be corporate agents.
I think they would just be roughnecks with a slightly different skill.
Roughnecks are officers, basically.
I had assumed that officers were
officers. Yeah.
officers.
Okay. So we'll go with roughneck.
I'm not sure whether they are Colonial Marine officers or ship crew officers.
Yeah. I think it can be either or both. Right. So, Shard, what was the surname you came up with for Charlie? Don't make me scroll back.
Yeah, I had to reload chat, so I don't have it anymore on mine.
Can I find...
It was a Mc something.
Possibly. It was... Well, not possibly, it was.
It was McAllister, was it?
It was McAllister, okay.
I had McAllister in my head, but I was thinking I'd got that from somewhere else.
Charlie McAllister, okay. Key attribute is strength. Now.
Yeah, for this kind of slightly customised
Yeah.
roughneck that we're looking, we don't really want too high a strength, do we?
3? I'm thinking 3 or 4.
3 seems reasonable, yeah.
Okay. So...
Probably going to be wits and empathy are going to be the higher stat.
You reckon this one's actually going to have...
sort of middle management we're looking at, potentially, aren't we?
Okay. So, let's go with 4 empathy. 4 wits. 8, 9, 10, 11. That gives us 3 strength and agility.
No, he really doesn't, Shard. He really doesn't.
Your buddies because the murder led to him, to her, and Washington tests corpse. He seems like a decent
we're
fellow.
looking at skills like manipulate and command.
Yeah.
Because as our management skills, it's, you know, giving people orders and talking them around when they don't want to take orders.
Yep. So, key skills
possibly
we will...
Comtech.
Sorry?
And possibly Comtech.
Yeah. Okay, so we're looking at a point in each, but those are good enough stats that he's still going to be rolling 5 dice. Which is pretty damn cool, let's face it. Manipulation. Okay, observation and survival. I am inclined to say an frontline roughneck is going to need a survival skill.
Yeah.
Right. So, heavy machinery, stamina, and close combat are their actual specialities. They can fight. Oh, sorry, I've spelled him wrong. Spelled him wrong.
I would be inclined to kind of push stamina. I just have this image in my head of the never seen without a coffee in their hand management type who seems to sleep about 2 hours a day, if that.
Yeah.
And is constantly keeping everyone else going.
Right, okay, I've got 3 points left to spend. So, I'm figuring heavy machinery is probably going to have to be 2. I suspect. And close combat, 1. Unless you want to swap around the heavy machinery and close combat. Does he tend to have, or did in his past he tend to, or they tend to answer situations with their fists?
And did they become management by learning to put down those big beefy roughnecks when they start making trouble? So actually, yeah, that might work.
If they have access to no sleep as an item, that needs to be the first choice. Fingers crossed.
Yeah.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Done. Right, okay.
Yeah, I'm wondering now about the close combat.
Yeah?
About whether this is a very hands-on style of management, given the people that they're managing.
I can drop a point of stamina and give that 2 stamina and 3 close combat if you want.
No, I really like the high stamina. What did we do with the machinery and close combat?
Okay.
How have we got them?
Close combat is 2, heavy machinery is 1.
Yeah, okay, so it did end up that way round.
Yeah.
Good. That's the way I'm now.
3.
I thought we were doing it the other way. Yeah. Kind of like it.
Yeah, Comtech 1, Survival 1, Command 1, Manipulation 1.
Yeah, so I think we've definitely got here someone who started out, working the docks or whatever, and moved up to management, but is still at heart a rough.
Charlie used to work on the docks. Sorry. Right, okay, so heavy machinery, stamina, close combat done. So career talents. Resilient. Only the hardiest folk survive out here. Roll for strength, attribute only, no skill, anytime you suffer damage. You can't push the roll, which doesn't count as an action. Oh, for every 6 you can roll, 1 point of damage is eliminated. If all damage is eliminated, you suffer no damage at all.
That fits nicely with the managing with their fists aspect, doesn't it? What are the other options?
The long haul. You've seen it and done it all before. Nothing surprises you anymore. Once per act in cinematic play and once per game session in campaign play, you may ignore all face huggers from a single roll.
I know that is referring to the fact that they've used the face hugger for the nat 1.
Yeah, I know.
On the dice, but I'm just going to ignore that face hugger.
Yeah.
Oh, get off!
You wouldn't ignore Freddy, would you? Freddy the face hugger says hello.
That's also.
Sorry?
I'm liking the talent. I'm liking the talents they have given.
They're rather good. True Grit. Life on the frontier is a constant struggle. Luckily, you have what it takes to overcome anything that comes your way. That's pushing strength. That's
the pushing, yeah.
Yeah.
Not that one. One of the other two. I'm happy with either of the other two, though. I rather like them.
Seem weirder than you for breakfast. You reckon the long haul is just basically unfazable? And that's how, you roll 1, you just can't critically fail. But you can only do
Don't try
that
to
once per
out
act.
me, baby. I get weirder than you through with my breakfast cereal.
Yes! Yeah, I mean, it's not actually ignoring facehuggers. Facehuggers will still quite happily impregnate Charlie.
It's ignoring the nat ones though, which is
Yeah.
where you take damage when pushing. So
Okay.
it makes pushing safer, which is kind of good.
Alrighty.
And presumably, this is going to be the first Mutant Year Zero system game that we have ever played, which uses the proper dice, because we've got the official rule set in Fantasy Ground. So it'll have the
Yes.
dice with the right symbols on.
Yeah.
And the right colours of dice
Oh
for
my
the
god.
different things. We actually see what we're doing for the first time.
Yep. And I'm not going to use real dice because you guys will just swear at me. Right. Moving on to... personal agenda. Oh boy. You are a compulsive thrill seeker. If there's a risk to take, you'll step up and try it. Or you once sacrificed your family for the job, now you won't let your friends down ever. Or downtime matters. If you can grab a can of Aspen beer, or even Salter Dry, though only if you're desperate, and some time alone, you're happy.
I'm thinking the middle one.
You sacrificed your family for the job. Possibly to something.
You know that their management,
Yeah.
but their management were all about doing what's right for the guys.
You realise the first thing I'm
Probably
going to do...
both management or middle management and union rep at the same time.
Yes! I can see this person hit management, got moved into management because he was just a pain in the arse in the union.
Yeah. So they put him in charge of his shift.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, got it.
Cheers. You always get mixed up with your Gen Con dice as they have both 6 and 1s as words. You never assign one to another. Like, I roll Gen Con 2018. That's either really good or really bad. I know what you mean.
I never have that problem with my salute dice because they only ever put them on one face, fortunately.
Yes. Thank you, by the way, Fish.
Actually, my Mutant Year Zero dice are salute dice, in fact, because that's the ones I found. They're not quite the right colours, but they're close enough. I know. Tend to buy... you get a free die when you go to salute.
Yeah.
And I tend to buy extras, so I've got like 6 of each year that I could get hold of.
Yeah.
Dice are all D6s, so I used them to put together a set of dice from Mutant Year Zero.
Okay, signature item. Tool belt, photo of their partner, crucifix or other religious symbol.
Tool belt, unfortunately, doesn't really fit because they're a shift leader, which is a shame.
Well, if their partner left them because of the job, photo of their partner, and we can have some pining.
Try again.
Okay. Fish, did Alexa just...
Yeah, that was... for some reason, Alexa just woke up on my phone. It wasn't even the Echo.
Okay.
Over there, that was my phone.
Okay, so it's going to be photo or it's going to be the tool belt.
I like the photo.
Pining seems popular.
I like the photo of the partner left behind to come to the station to do this job.
Yeah.
Who
Dear John Dim.
Who their long distance relationship didn't really work out, but they're looking forward to at the end of this contract going and winning them back, which they'll never do because they'll be dead to a xenomorph.
Fair enough.
That is the equivalent of the picket fence. That is.
Yeah. So Charlie can be found in a corner at some point, and the big bluff roughneck will be pining over their photo.
When plenty of role-play opportunities in that, after the first death.
Yep.
And everybody's going, oh my god, we're going to die, oh my god, we're going to die. There's Charlie with the photo.
And it's Charlie with the photo. The best outcome of one shot is having one survivor who's been impregnated by a facehugger. No, come on. It's fine.
That's the one-shot ending that has a sequel.
Yes. And they call it Alien 3 and it really annoys everyone.
Yeah.
Right. Appearance. Tattoos, scarred, broken nose, mirthless eyes, smirking face, loud laugh, bruised and callous hands.
Broken nose. All the bruised and callous hands. Because we know already that they manage with their fists.
Every one-shot drops with a run has sequel written all over it. Not intentionally. It's not my fault you lot keep living.
Well, I've run two quick start one-shot games, pre-written things. For Hint, one on stream and one off stream, and for both of them, that's become a campaign.
Yeah, true. Okay, so do we think...
Although one of them was always going...
Yeah. Broken nose or bruised and callous hands. How recently has Charlie had a fight? Players are the hammer for the nail that is the GM. Yeah, to a certain extent. And then sometimes the GM demonstrates they are in fact a Dremel. And can hack the players off at the tip.
I thought that players who nailed the GM were just looking for bonus experience. I seem to have killed that.
Sorry. I was not expecting that. It caught me from ambush.
All the better magic items as well.
Yeah.
The old one, isn't it? Yeah, okay. Bob, you find 32 copper pieces. Jim, you get an old backpack. And you, darling, get a plus 14 Vorpal sword.
Yes. Okay, I'm going with the broken nose. I don't think Charlie is currently fighting. I think they fought in the past.
Did they?
Okay. Gear. No sleep is not an option. However, I am happy to let people loose with the cash they have if they just want to customize up their equipment a bit. Techie, you are taking the mickey. However, accurate. Right. Cutting torch or bolt gun. Hydration, which is kind of a drug, or maintenance jack. Hydration is water supplies in a pill form.
Yeah, we're slightly tweaking the characters here, aren't we? The character here, aren't we? Because we're creating a non-standard PC. So is it reasonable to also use non-standard equipment to fit the concept?
Would you reckon no sleep instead of hydration?
I would say no sleep instead of hydration, yeah.
Your youngest brother broke your mum's nose when she was tickling him. Half a week later, I re-broke and set it.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Good grief. You lot are just destructive. Okay, so first thing.
Kind of want to replace one of the more sort of roughneck tool type devices here. It's something that is more suited to their shift management position. Of like, whatever the equivalent of a tablet PC with. for keeping track of people's hours
Yeah.
and shift rotations and so forth.
That yeah, that might be something that just comes with the office. To be honest, I might just bung that in the office for them. Yeah. This is their personal gear. So cutting torch or bolt gun, we've gone with no sleep, so not the maintenance jack. When you get attacked from behind, you attack with your skull. Fair enough. Stash of hard liquor or a compression suit. High beam flashlight or a Seegson C series magnetic tape recorder.
I love that magnetic tape recorders are a thing in this setting.
You can have a magnetic tape recorder. Who wants to leave the message?
Beautiful. Yeah, we've got to have the magnetic tape recorder.
What do you reckon, chat? That's a strong bid for the magnetic tape recorder.
It is indeed.
I love lag. It's so much fun. Just hits that point where you're going, am I still live?
Can I... Also, just this is only a very quick thing that I need to point out to you, Drat.
What?
We are in danger of this stream running long enough that both of us lose our streaks in Duolingo. So just want to warn you of that.
Yikes. Yeah, I'm gonna. Yeah, I'm just. This is literally the last thing we're doing. It's fine. So.
Good, because I've got more than a 300-day streak, and I don't want to lose that.
Yeah. Okay. Right. So that's it. That is it done. We have 6 characters. We have Charlie McAllister, Crispin Crestwood, we have Irene Dodge, we have Clint Lockwood, we have Erica Tenenbaum, and we have Jackie Masterson.
That has done before. It's in my case, though, I'd just like to say hell no.
What was that?
No, it suggested streaming Duolingo.
I have done it over Discord, I think twice ever. Which is vaguely embarrassing. But it's also quite good for accountability. Right, so these are now done. I will sort out access to get Fantasy Grounds talking to my router again. I think it is Windows, basically has shut down the connection to anyone else. Yeah, we can pick on...
I'm really looking forward to playing this.
Yeah, and then I will, what's that
term?
Oh yeah, write the scenario tomorrow.
Yeah, I think you should.
I should probably... Yeah, which is done in acts and is done in very cinematic style. So this should be great fun. And if not, it'll probably still be a great laugh, even if it's not a good alien scenario. So... Oh, the ship's captain.
I agree, Chard. I think you are all terribly wonderful and can be proud of yourself. Characters that you have created.
Yes. Yes. You're looking forward to dying horribly and messily. Okay, so thank you very much, and I will let you all go about your day or night while I go and wrestle an owl. So you vote, you do. Yeah. I like doing community character creation.
Community character creation can be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
The problem normally with it is that if you're doing a campaign, you don't want you would need to be sure that people aren't going to get stuck with characters that they don't want. So really, the player has a lot of input into the creation.
Yeah, and that can slow things down. This has very simple character creation.
But I like character creation that is being done. I like to do the character creation where possible in advance, in a session 0, and preferably on stream where the chat can make suggestions to the players.
Yeah,
which won't necessarily be taken, but can be done. So, for example, when I get back to Coriolis in the not too distant future, there's a couple of new characters going to be coming in there. I'll probably do that creation, not one of the regular hint streams. I won't take up a hint stream section.
Yeah,
Trying to arrange some time with those players to get their characters created.
Cool. I've just realised chat isn't being recorded on the stream because this is a hint
No,
plays
it's not on.
profile and a hint plays layout on a Drotter Cup stream. Oopsie.
And so therefore it would be capturing the wrong chat.
Yeah, my apologies. Oh well. Hence, my habit of reading out chat is actually quite useful then.
Yes.
Right. Thank you very much. So we'll see you on Sunday for this game. 6:30 UK. 6 o'clock, please, for the players. Especially if you want to customise your character with gear. And also, and yeah, Shard, that's not a bad idea. You could do character creation for a number of games that aren't necessarily in the works. Yeah, Obsession character creation. I will say that
I would suggest
Cyberpunk Red,
Axe, since that would be the thing
and
that I
Axe.
run first. But
Yeah.
but Axe character creation literally takes about a minute create
Yeah.
a character if you're being a bit slow with it.
And thank you for the follow, Obelisk Killer. Much appreciated there.
Indeed.
Guys, I'm galloping towards 300.
Worth pointing out one more time for the end of the session that the game that we're creating these characters for is actually going to be run on Sunday on a different channel to this, on the Hint Plays channel. So I've just thrown a shout out in there for that.
Thank you. Yes, that will be hint_plays. It'll be hosted on here, but it'll probably be totally quiet because everyone will be in the Hint Plays channel. So yeah, please feel free to give that channel a follow. That's where we do our actual plays. I just thought since I normally streamed on a Thursday, this is where people were more likely to find me. Because I'm like that. So, thank you very much indeed. Thank you, Fishy, for being the voice of my conscience. And I apologise so much for what we did with Crispin. And I will see you guys on...
I'm not sure when, but I will.
Oh, Moliere! Holy hellfire. Yikes.
You've managed to, your bot now has a sub.
What, go,
I love that. It's brilliant. The wonders of random sub gifting. Your bot now has a sub.
Sorry. Yes. Yeah. Okay. Shit. Sorry.
Oh, off she goes.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going to end the stream now and go and have a quiet moment with the owl. See you again, and I will see those of you. I will see those of you who are joining us for the watch party tomorrow evening for Alien. Okay. Bye bye.